The crowd's all here. Good morning, everybody. TGIF Friday morning here in sunny Melbourne, Florida. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Mitch. Huge crowd, all 21 of you so far. Wow. Don't hurry, I guess. Wait for people to show up. Wow, my phone is going nuts here. Let's see. While we wait. Oh yes, that's a good reminder. At any rate, let's get to it. Wow, Mark C. sent 5 Old Guy Carnivore gift memberships. Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much. Okay. I have no idea how many people are here. One screen says 34, the other still says 16. Let me refresh that one. Thank you, YouTube, for keeping me so well. 40. Okay. Cool. And drink it if you got it. Got a cup this is one of my Mark Whistler cups here I'm using this morning, and on the other side is the my friend. Here we go. Yeah, I love it. Little announcement this morning real quick. I have a call I have to be on at 10 o'clock. So I'm going to have to end this a minute or two before 10 o'clock. So if I seem to have forgotten, blast me in the chat. Don't forget your call, because my phone is going to ring at 10 o'clock. Say a customer that I do computer work for, and I can't feel guilty about cutting it short, because it's supposed to be an hour anyway. So this morning, 10 o'clock. Had a great live stream last night. Thank you all for coming to Private Community. And if you're not a member of the Private Community, and $4 a month is something that is chump change to you, you should join. We have such a good time. And you can always cancel it if you don't like it, but we had a great panel last night, and we let our hair down. We talk about things I can't talk about or shouldn't talk about on these public live streams. So I'd encourage you to do it. If you can't afford it, don't do it. But YouTube has to have some way of differentiating the people, and at any rate, I never asked for that, but I think you're missing out on something fun. And I'm going to make both the Tuesday and the Thursday evening live streams that I do Private Community only. It's more fun for me, and I want to do something a little extra for those people that do support this channel, and that's what it is. There were some suggestions made by people in the private community that I should make different tiers of membership. Should have maybe a $3.99 and a $6.99 and a $9.99. And I said, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that because I don't want to have to divide my members into different classes, different social classes, and treat some of them any more important. And it was pointed out to me that I wouldn't have to do that. That some of us, they said, just want to support you more. I said, well, I appreciate that, thank you, but no, I'm not going to change it. $3.99 a month, and I'd love for more of you that are regulars here in the morning to do that. Now, Saturday evening live stream's going to stay. Saturday Night Live, 8 o'clock. We're going to try to build that up, and that of course, will be for everybody, as well as the morning coffees. So, little channel announcement, a little announcement that I got to go by 10 o'clock. One more announcement, because I know you're all on pins and needles. I had my doctor's appointment on Wednesday morning, and no recurrences of skin cancer or any concern anywhere. So that was good news, and it's been long enough since I had the skin cancer that if it was going to recur, it would have already. So that's been like 8 years. So we got it, and now it's just once a year to the dermatologist. And to show you how little I go to the doctor and use my Health First insurance, last year when I went, the deductible was $35, the copay. And I didn't know it because I hadn't used it at all anywhere this year. And here this year's almost over. But yesterday I went in and she asked for $15. So in case you don't think there isn't anything that has cost less, I can tell you that the copay on my health insurance this year costs less. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the $20 I saved. Yeah. All right. Let's see. I'm in a good mood this morning. Let's keep it that way. Maybe I shouldn't read the chat. Sorry about Tuesday. I explained that to the private community people a couple times, but I did a live stream Tuesday night for them. I was going to cancel all of them, but I did it for them, and we talked about it. But for those of you that haven't heard the word yet, because I haven't made any videos, I jumped the gun on Tuesday. I apologize. I misunderstood the comment that kind of triggered me, and it was my fault. And I'm a little touchy, and I've gone over why so many times, but almost quit, almost decided to get, I actually recorded 2 videos Tuesday afternoon. I have them. I haven't played them. I haven't shown them. The private community said, will you play them for us? I still feel funny about that, but I actually recorded 2. I'm done with YouTube videos on Tuesday. That's how tenuous and disappointed I've been with YouTube in general lately. The whole culture, the whole carnivore space. But not my friends. And you guys, even though you're a diminishing number, and I see it across the board. I see it on Kiltzer's morning streams. I see it on reactions to Sean Baker's podcast. I see the numbers dropping, and I can only blame YouTube for further throttling our community. If it was just me, I could understand how I can alienate some people. That's fine, but I see it everywhere. We have to decide. We want to keep on going, and I make that decision. I've been doing it for a year or more. Every morning I get up and say, do I want to keep spending this kind of time for no money just to feel good about the fact that I'm actually helping some people? And it's your friendship, all of you, that keeps me here. Keeps me here. Instead of changing my YouTube channel to some other genre and start reviewing cars or talking about cameras and electronics. I like YouTube. I put up with everything that the rule changes. They changed one yesterday. We noticed last night, and you'll see it in the chat. They're using a different name for a lot of you. Have you noticed? Like Sandy Blythe now says, Sandy Blythe 4508. It's I don't know. It's a different channel name, or the name, or your difference between your. I don't know where they get the 2 of them, but all I know is that I have to. Some of the people last night that came in, I didn't recognize the new name. that that YouTube was, and they're doing the same thing this morning. They're doing the same thing this morning. Michael Payne says, "Hey Mitch, what else are you going to do?" Well, that's exactly it, Michael. I make no bones about the fact that I would do some other YouTube because I enjoy cinematography, I enjoy editing, I enjoy live streams, I enjoy all these things. I just don't enjoy the fact that we are so censored and throttled, and our message doesn't get out, and that the community itself, the carnivore community, has lost its direction, I think. And it's sad to see. It's a simple thing. All we need to do is talk about the ratio of protein to fat, a little bit about the timing of your meals, a little bit about the rules, how to get started, and then stick to it. The problem is there are hundreds and hundreds of YouTubers now in the carnivore space that weren't here when I started 2.5 years ago. Each one of them is trying to do good and trying to help people. But still, when you make YouTube videos, you got to come up with something to talk about. So what's happening is everybody's looking for new and more complicated things to throw into the mix so they can make videos. And it just confuses everybody. It confuses everybody. I don't know what can be done about it. I don't discourage people from going on YouTube, but it just makes it harder. I sit around and say, I'd like to make a video today. What the hell can I talk about? Without doing reaction videos or negative takes on somebody else's video or demonizing other people. I don't want to do that. I want to try to be helpful. So I keep getting back to basics. But for my own personal health and life, since my stroke, I have done nothing. I tried a couple of supplements because I thought they applied to my stroke recovery. That was the creatine and the leucine, and I think they work a little bit, but they're not radical, and there's really no downside to them. They're in all the food we eat anyway. Eggs are loaded with leucine. Loaded. It's not, you just get a little more bump from it. But as far as the whole, you got to add carbs, you got your blood, you got to wash, get your blood test, all that stuff. I have gotten away from that and gone right back to bacon and eggs and maybe a second meal every day. And it's working great. I don't have the cravings. That's what it's all about. Finding something to talk about every day is tough. And with all the competition, it's getting tougher and tougher, and the numbers are going down. And what do we keep talking about? So I come on here, and I guess the best thing for me to do is to include you in it, like we do in the private community with the panels, and maybe Saturday night with a panel for everybody, and let you guys talk to each other. And I just encourage the chat. And when I see something to comment on or a question, we'll go off in that direction. And if I can come up with something interesting to talk about that I haven't talked about 100 times before, I'll make a standalone video. That's all I can do now. And forget about trying to make a living at this. Which is why I'm going to be on my Zoom call at 10 o'clock with a customer who pays real money. Because I have to. Thank God I can do that. At any rate, my friends, my phone's been dinging away. Let's see what I got here. Anybody buy me a coffee today? It looks that way. Mark Whistler. Mark, thank you, buddy. Mark Whistler says, Holy cow. Holy cow. Mark Whistler says, damn nice cup. Yeah, Mark, I know the guy that sent this to me. In fact, I think I got the P.O. box. I think I got the P.O. box just so people could send me cups. That was how long ago you sent me this cup. How do I know how long ago that was? Because in 5 days, I have to renew that P.O. box, and it costs $210 a year. Can you believe that? For a freaking P.O. box, the smallest box. So I have to renew that $210 a year. But I got some great coffee cups to show for it. And a few little gifties. So I'm going to renew it. And Barry Simon, 5 coffees also. Thank you for entertaining us throughout the week. I'm glad you're enjoying Landman, Tulsa King, and more. Winter plans for Mitch Fest reminder. Yes, it's going to have to be, I think, after the first of the year. I need to give you a call, Barry, and we need to talk about it. Or else come into the panel on one of the live streams, the members community live streams, and let's talk about it. Let's see if we can round up some interest. So maybe Tuesday night, join in with us, and we'll put it out there and see. It's the best way when everybody's in the room to see what dates are best for everybody and what dates are exclusive. And we'll see if we can't put it together. I'd love to do it. Hey, thank you for the coffees, my friends. Thank you both. And I don't know if I thanked Gary the other day. Thanks for saving me $10 with my new Typher air fryer purchase. Bought me a coffee. Bought an air fryer for his daughter. Well, you're welcome. You're welcome. And thank you so much for that. Let's see. I already burned up 17 minutes of this. Let's see who is here. See, this is an example of what I'm talking about. Mike, it used to say father of United Carnivore. But now it goes back to Mike Seeley - Melbourne. And there's subtle differences. I know Nikki W. is now a whole different thing. But I'll have to relearn, make sure I know who you guys are. So Mike Seeley, good morning. Carnivore Jerry, hope to see you, and hope I feel better too. I hope you do feel better. Jem out there, and how are you? Mitch and Mitchfit, see you in the morning. These are still, this is 1 a.m., Jem said. Jerry, hope you feel better. We got, see again, this is United Carnivore, but now it says Michael, United Carnivore Seeley. I've been able to decipher them, but I don't know why YouTube. They always make these changes. They can't. They feel like they have to. It's like the carnivore dieters feel like we can't just leave it like it is. We have to redesign it every 2 days. So, Feral Grandma was here this morning, and how are you doing, my friend? Who is this? Rick. Rick, how you doing, buddy? Rick came on the panel with us last night. Good to see you this morning. And Twyla from Ocean Park, Washington. Good morning. Good morning, Twyla. How are you? Richard Williams from Copper Hill, Tennessee. And who is this? Francine Bourgeois. Good morning from a snowy Montreal, TGIF. Yes, it is. How you doing, Francine? And Lori's with us. Hi, Lori. Good to see you this morning. Juliet is here. Juliet Edens. Wellness. You got your handle shows up differently, a couple of different places too. Mary M. Mary M's here. Hi, Mary M. At 8:56 for Grandma and Kathy. Hi, Kathy. How you doing? Mark C. Thanks again for the 5 memberships, and good to see you. Good to see you. Lucy Work is here. Let's see, we sneak it up. Who was the winner this morning? Go, look at this. Look at this. Terry! Terry, how you doing this morning? Good to see you. You are the winner, followed by Lori immediately after. Wow, wow. Congratulations. And Mark C., you gifted me to 5 memberships. This must be Michael Payne. But see, it's a different, they're using the actual channel name, I guess. I don't know. I didn't even look into it. I used for mine, OldGuyCarnivore everywhere, and even in the email address, so that's the way it always shows up. Thomas is here, Target Prime Rib. How you doing? Hi, Mitch. Can't stay long. I have to work today. Well, glad you're working. And Tanya, how are you, Tanya? Good to see you this morning. Good to see you. Gary is here. Gary, no slow. As Edward Renner, different handle this morning. Good to see you. Good to see you. Who is this? Barry Simon. Same thing. See? Barry Simon, 1194. Good morning. Good morning, Barry. Thanks again for the coffees, man. Good morning, Mitch. And Friday morning Mitch Fits. Good to see you all this morning. Karen White is here. Hi, Karen. Good morning from Canada. Rick chimed in after the bell. I'm sure he's out working here and listening. Grammar Crotchet Corner. Grandma's Crochet. Oh, corner. Holy cow. Oh, you got gifted a membership. Now, there's a handle I haven't seen before. Which grandma are you? Oh, they're killing me. They're killing me. Gary says, hi. DS111 still got his DS111 handle. Ever Renner, if you have Ralph's supermarkets where you are, they have a sale on ribeye, $9.99. Wow. Well, the sales are coming up, my friends, if they're not already. And I already told my son, just if Publix has got a big sale, buy me plenty of it. We'll see what happens. But they always have a sale around Thanksgiving. I think they have one around Christmas and maybe one around Easter. I remember not too long ago, 2 years ago, you could buy the prime rib, the rib roast, so you had to slice them with the bone in, but it was $5.99 a pound. Now it's 3 times that much. That's, according to the federal government, 2.7% inflation. 3 times in 2 years, that's 2.7%. Because that's what they give the Social Security people as a cost of living increase. Car insurance doubles, your home insurance triples, the rent goes up, the cost of meat doubles, and the government somehow manages to call it 2.7% inflation. Wow, wow, wow. Boggles the mind. Who is this? Loretta. Loretta came on the panel with us last night. That was fun. That was fun. Happy Friday to all you people who are not yet retired. Yeah. That ship sailed for me a long time ago. Long time ago. Good morning, everyone, says Grandma. Grandma's Crochet Corner. Wow, you got to look at that one 3 times to get it right. Who is this? Who is this? Jerry Hall. Hi, Jerry. How you doing this morning? Good to see you. And we're up to about 9:03 and about 20-some minutes behind. Okay. So if you got any questions for me, throw them in the chat. Something you want to talk about. I'm going to start perusing. And Sandy Blythe says, you are the only person I pay for a subscription. Definitely worth it. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. you can be my sales manager. That's great. And Kathy says, me too. Appreciate it. Laura, yay, Mitch. So it was well received, my little private community speech. It is a good time. It is a good time. I just paid, I can't believe it. I just paid, I said this last night, $14 a month after taxes or more for Paramount Plus subscription so I could watch a couple of these shows. I pay $15 a month for my YouTube subscription just so I don't have to watch ads. I pay $4 a month to Amazon, even though I'm paying for Prime, for their subscription to not have to watch ads on the subscription that I have that I got because there were no ads. And I say, I'm charging, $3.99 a month because you got to charge something for YouTube to let you have a private community. And they get 30% of it. So it's not the money, but I just enjoy it. It's the most fun thing I do with all this YouTube is getting together with my friends. And I'm going to do it on Tuesday and Thursday night now. And there have been times, and I talked about it to the community, that I just thought about taking the whole stupid channel private and just have get-togethers for the people that really are interested. But I can't do that because the channel would just die a natural death. YouTube would not push a single video of mine out to anybody that isn't already a subscriber. And you can't do that. That's instant death on YouTube. But there are times when I've thought about that if I'm going to die, that'd be the best way to die on YouTube. Just fade away gracefully with a bunch of friends cheering you along. Mary M, good news. Oh, thank you, Mary M. There we go. DS 111 with the daily news about his fat boss. Always concerned about your fat boss. My fat boss had admitted he was lying about his weight. 380. And has started on something called retatrutide that is experimental. Have you heard of it? No, I haven't. But R-E-T, they spell it Reta, R-E-T-A-T, where is it? R-U-T-I-D-E. It's retatrutide is an investigational once-weekly injectable drug being developed by Eli Lilly and Company for the treatment of obesity and type 2 diabetes. It is currently in phase 3 clinical trials and not yet approved by the FDA. Well, that's what I would want to do. Experiment. How it works. Retatrutide is a triple receptor agonist. So it targets GLP-1, which is glucagon-like peptide. It targets glucose-dependent insulinotropic polypeptide, GIP for short, and glucagon, which is the satiety. No, not the satiety, the hunger. Well, the hunger hormone. Glucagon, opposite of leptin. So, wow. Ozempic just evidently is not doing it. So, wish your fat boss luck. Tell him he could stuff his face all day long with meat and fat. Do all those things that drug's supposed to do. Never be hungry. Lose his carb cravings. But he won't. because he's going to take that injection so he can continue to pig out on all the addictive crap that made him 380 pounds in the first place. And you will never change his mind, my friend. I know, because I've tried to change minds, and you can't. But that's not even FDA approved yet. They haven't even caught up with the damage that the GLP-1s are doing. We are crazy addicted in this country. Why would anybody risk their life and health just so they can keep eating carbohydrates and junk food if they weren't that addicted? So, again, it's time for the powers that be to start talking about this addiction like it's actually a real thing and not some silly notion, which is what they want us to think about it. And I can't get any traction talking about that it's the main problem, the driving force, the root cause of all of this. And it has been for 100 years. Sugar addiction. Nobody wants to hear it. They want to know, what else can I do so I can keep eating this crap? That's addiction talking. And even if people were recognizing that it's the strongest addiction known to man, they wouldn't want to do anything about it anyway, until it completely and totally ruined their lives, or they got so obese and so sick that they had to make the choice between fighting for life or just dying, because that's what it takes for an alcoholic in most cases to finally admit, I'm an addict. And at least they have, it's recognized as an addiction, and they have treatment programs, but they don't have any, nobody has any official carb addict treatment programs. There've been a couple of small Overeaters Anonymous. That doesn't tell the story. So if I have any mission in life, it's to keep yelling about addiction. Unfortunately, there's 107 people here, which is a good audience, I guess, for a Friday morning. But a hell of a lot more than 107 people have to hear this and believe it. But I may be small, but I'm loud and vocal. So I just have to keep from getting too frustrated by it. And when I go to my doctor, like I did Wednesday, and he thinks I'm out of my mind for eating the diet that I eat. He's an Indian guy, and he's in his, early 50s, so he's a kid. And the whole time I was just waiting for him to basically comment on, well, you see, I told you you're going to have a stroke, but he was kind enough to keep his mouth shut. Or I might have been another doctor fired. But I just can't talk to any of these people. They're just all wrong. And we know it. But they've made it a religion and an ideology. This diet that they have all the Americans on, that they mandate, is served in schools and hospitals and to the military. Like they tried to do to me when I was in the hospital. Came out with breakfast that was 100% sugar and no fat. That's it. And very little protein. And what protein there was probably not bioavailable anyway. And that's their healthy breakfast. Big glass of orange juice, dry toast, dry breakfast cereal, skim milk, some kind of pastry, 100%, and margarine, 100% sugar and seed oils. Juliet says Red is a GLP-1, not yeah, it's a GLP-1 on steroids is what it is. Wow. Well, it's a glucagon. It can't be a glucagon agonist. which is what they're saying here. That would just make you hungry. Well, no, glucagon counters insulin. I'm sorry. Glucagon is the opposite of insulin. See, I can understand that. That's my mistake. Glucose-dependent insulinotropic polypeptide. Oh. Yeah. That's easy to say, isn't it? Wow. I don't know. It says the unique mechanism of action helps to decrease gastric emptying. Well, that's what GLP-1 agonists do. Reduce food intake and appetite. Well, so does GLP-1 intake. Improve glycemic control. Well, so does it. So basically, this is mostly GLP-1 agonist. And lead to significant weight reduction. Yes, and complete digestive system paralysis, leading to intravenous feedings through a tube for the rest of your life. However short that might then become, because that's one of the side effects of this. And constant nausea. And when you there are things we should not be screwing with. My opinion, time will tell. This is so dangerous. Is there going to be a retatrutide face like there's an Ozempic face? Wow. Well, DS111, wish your friend the best of luck for me. Hey, Tammy Patarsh is here. Hiya, Tammy. How you doing? What time is it? Wow. I'm going to keep an eye on the clock today. Let me know, DS111. That's the problem. People who take these drugs take them because they don't want to change their diet. They want a free pass to continue to eat all the crap they're addicted to. Now, this does reduce appetite, but does it reduce cravings? That's a whole different cause. So we'll see. Be interested to know. Yeah, he's going to lose weight, but he's going to lose his life in the process. And some of these drugs might be okay if you take just microdoses of them. And there are people in our community, doctors, that are prescribing microdoses of the GLP-1 to give you a little help. But I'll tell you another place to get a microdose of GLP-1. Eat beef. Eat meat. GLP-1, the glucagon-like peptide, is not something new. It's been in human beings ever since the first one, and many species before humans. It's naturally manufactured by the human body, and the trigger for that is to eat the right food. And it takes the protein and the fat to produce a GLP-1 agonist. I love that word, agonist, as opposed to antagonist. Somebody's at my front door. Who is that? Who might be at my front door? Is that my neighbor? Going to get my trash can, maybe? Hang on. Gotta look. It's motion at your front door. Who was it? Yes. My neighbor. That's nice to have a neighbor like that. I do have one of those motion sensors at the front door. I think I see. Is that another coffee? Somebody buy me another coffee? Jane bought me 2 coffees. Thank you, Jane. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You're awesome and appreciate it more than you realize, Mitch, no matter what. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. While I'm checking my mail. Okay. I'm caught up. Let's see. Any questions? Let me go over to the chat here. and hit the old F3 button and type QQQ. And let's see. There's the My Fat Boss question. Got that one. That's the only QQQ in the chat. Okay. No Slow Gary says it's okay to be old, Mitch. CB Carmex here. Hiya, CB. Good to see you this morning. Loretta Nadow, did I say hi to you? Good to see you. And let me start scooching through these things. You can follow me scooching over there on the right. I can't put them up on the screen, though, if I don't scooch on the left. I mean, over here on the right side of my screen. But when I scooch in this one, you can see. So it's speed reading. Lambs is here. Hiya, Lambs. Good to see you. Gary says, I was worried that my handle would revert back to booby biscuits. No, I think it's still got to be something that's currently in there somewhere. Oh, this is what I was talking about, the problem. Yeah, Tammy says the problem is it's too much information and a lot of BS. It is TMI. It's so simple. It's so simple. You know, we had Sean Baker talking about it. Then Ken Berry came along. He talked about it. You had two guys talking about it, and they all said everything that could be said about it, basically. And since then, we have hundreds and hundreds more people talking about the same thing, and everybody has a different story or a different take on it. And it's so simple. There's no diet as simple as this. You don't need to measure anything. You just need to do what the animals do. That's what people miss. Every living thing on the planet Earth, except human beings, does not have to be told what to eat. They know it. They're born with the knowledge. They have instincts. And since they can't stop to think it over, they follow their instincts. They recognize things like hunger and fear and just do what they need to do. They know what foods taste right to them and what don't. And somehow they manage to do it. And they don't become diabetics. They don't become obese until we start interfering with these animals. And the one we interfere with most is ourselves. So the key, the secret, which is not a secret, but nobody talks about it much, is stop overthinking things. Go with your feelings. Go with your gut. There's an appropriate way to put it. Go with your instincts. Don't mistake hunger for thirst. And by all means, concentrate on the things that are really making it difficult for you, and that is the cravings that we all have and are being fostered on us daily by the drug and food companies. Want to keep us addicted, want to make their foods more and more addicted. That is not a conspiracy theory, my friends. Just like the tobacco companies were engineering cigarettes to become more addictive, that wasn't a conspiracy theory either. Somebody's employing all those scientists to do just that, to hit that bliss point in the food, that perfect combination of fat, sugar, and salt. Add the right mouthfeel in there, and you can't eat just one, guaranteed. And we're in this pickle, and nobody wants to recognize just how simple and obvious it all is. And even with me reminding everybody about it every other day, I still hear them going off on another tangent with another thing you need to buy, you need to be concerned about, another blood test you need to get. Keep it simple. Your body knows what levels your blood needs, these different things need to be. It knows it in every animal, and it knows it in humans. The animals don't go get blood tests. Somehow they manage to be healthy. Evolution takes care of that. The ones that have a little error or a little fault in any of their programming that might make them a little less healthy than another member of their species will be selected out. And their defective genetic programming will not be passed on to future generations after a certain number of generations. And only the strongest will survive. And that's evolution. And that's what happened. And the rest of explanations of what happened are stories and propaganda. And that's what I believe. I used to be ashamed to say that. Not anymore. The stupidity in this world, and the things that you can get people to believe, it's their own fault if they fall for that stuff. Sorry. I am a realist. I keep looking for magic, and I haven't found any yet. All I find is one human being behaving badly and spreading propaganda in order to take your money and control you. If you don't believe me, just look at the government. It seems to be a magnet for those kind of people. Who else would want to be? Who else would want to be up there in Washington? Tommy Touch says, people are confused. Don't tell me you're buying meat from a local rancher and then put out cooking videos showing supermarket meat packages. Yeah. Very few people buy the meat from local ranchers. I mean, I can't find a local rancher to buy meat from. I've looked. I'm sorry. I have to buy mail order, and it costs twice to 3 times as much. So I got Costco and Sam's Club, and it's good meat. It's okay. That's another thing. It's great to talk about eating all this, like Ken Berry says, panda massage, Wagyu beef from Japan. But there isn't a store near me where I can go buy that stuff for even $20 a pound. Some of that stuff is hundreds of dollars a pound. That's great for some people. But the average person, and I'm not broke, but still, it kills me to pick up a package of 3 ribeyes and see it costs $76 at Costco. That's crazy. And I go in for $29, I grab the frozen burger patties, 6 pounds of them, and make do. And I still make it work. I still make the diet work. I'm still doing well on it. And we do what we have to do. And hopefully one day, if the cattle ranchers and the retail stores stop taking advantage of this and inflating the prices, and if whoever in the government may be trying to outlaw or stop the importation of like Argentinian beef to help bring the prices down, we need to concentrate on finding out who these people are that are working against the interests of us, keeping the prices high so that their campaign contributions keep coming in. And anybody who thinks that the beef industry is any more honest and good and altruistic than any other industry, you're crazy. Everybody's in it for the money. Everybody's in it for money. And the fact that I think beef demand is rising and supply is falling, the market is setting these new prices, and I don't see anything the beef industry is doing to help us out, try to make it more affordable. That's just my little rant for today. 10 minutes left. I got to make sure I get out of here by 10 o'clock, or my phone's going to start ringing, and I'm going to still be live streaming. Yes, Kathy, my name is Florida, Florida. That's Pond Apple. Another case where got 3 different things I got to remember, but I remember that about Kathy. Kathy's been with us a while, and I got that all straight already. Wow, I am way behind in this chat. I'm 9:10, so let's get over here to this one and try to catch up and see. They're still talking about DS111 as Fat Boss. Do you call him Fat Boss? Do you say, hey, Fat Boss? Is that his nickname, like a mafia gangster name? No shortage of chat this morning, that's for sure. Kathy says, I looked up, I can't put it on the screen, says, I looked at my 2026 Medicare guide and all of the insurers' out-of-pocket limits are way up. Yeah. That's why I have an Advantage, Medicare Advantage plan. The trend seems to be that the out-of-pocket goes down every year and the total out-of-pocket limit keeps going down. It's such a competitive market in the Advantage plan that I haven't used Medicare, not since I got it. I mean, when I first got Medicare when I was 65 years old, which seems like 100 years ago, I opted for the Medicare Advantage plan. And it's been okay, but I have the VA. So other than an occasional outside doctor, like my dermatologist, and the fact that I have not been that sick, and anything I've had to deal with has usually been through the emergency room, like my head injury, my kidney stones, the VA jumps in. There's no deductibles, no nothing. They pay for everything. The only thing I got to pay for is the transportation. So if they take me in an ambulance, it costs me $250. If they take me in a helicopter, I did that with a $21,000 bill for a 3-minute flight. Honest to God, $21,000 helicopter bill for a 3-minute flight. My son was right there, could have driven me over just as easily to this other hospital, but that was $250 copay also. But the VA doesn't cover that. But they cover everything else. It's incredible. We try to see as much of this as I can in the next 10 minutes. Bacon mayo. You know, I need to try it. I got so much bacon grease. I just threw out another gallon of it. I mean, I'm sticking up too much room in my refrigerator. I got enough bacon grease to float a battleship. Like I could do a fried battleship dish and it would work. It would work. Forest Whispers says, back to carnivore. It feels so much better. Yes, it does, doesn't it? When your stomach, you don't feel bloated and everything. Let's see, what time am I at? 9:38. Okay, not too far back. Oh, Primitive Farm Mom, how you doing? How you doing? Richard Williams, question, don't forget your phone call. Thank you, Richard. I'm keeping an eye on the clock. It's 5 minutes still. I'll go another few minutes. I'm down here at the bottom of the chat. Perfect. Rick, phone call for Mitch in 5 minutes. Aaron's here. Hi, Aaron. How are you? I didn't see you in there, but I went pretty quick today. Lizzie's World. Lizzie's here. Yes, Booby, we are animals now. We are animals. We're human animals. We're human animals. Just cut any of us open and you'll find all the same shit inside us that's inside your dog and your cat and the mouse. All the same stuff. All the same organs. If you're a mammal, you're going to be pretty similar on the inside. So, I hope you don't feel like I'm insulting humans by calling us animals. We are human animals, and many of us behave worse than the actual animals themselves. All right, my friends, I'll tell you what, I'm going to play a little happy music for you. Say goodbye to everybody in the chat. We'll, for the first time in history, end this thing on time. I will be back on Monday morning, Morning Coffee with Mitch. I will be here Saturday night at 8 p.m. for Saturday Night Live, open to everybody. That's tomorrow night. I will see you then. And if the spirit moves me, I will pop up. Terry says, maybe since cats and dogs are so easy to domesticate, are we supposed to catch and eat them? Well, Terry, are you talking about Chinese people, Japanese people, Korean people, or Americans? Because, believe me, humans are eating plenty of cats and dogs in this world. So, we have this thing about, if animals are cute, we need to treat them differently. No, really. Nobody ever thinks twice about putting out a mouse trap to kill a mouse or stepping their foot on a roach. No animal rights activist is marching them down with a sign saying, save the rats. They're animals too. They're just not cute. So, think about that. Terry says bye. Patty's Garden later. Primitive Farm Mom says bye. Feral Grandma, bye Grandma. Bye BB and E. Wow, that's a new one. Thumbs up. Terry girl, crazy to think about eating cats and dogs. Oh my. You may have, if you've ever gone to a Chinese restaurant and ordered a dish where they had pieces of meat, you have probably eaten cat and dog. You can pretty well take that to the bank. So let's not talk about eating cats and dogs anymore. I'm going to be out of here. My phone's going to ring in a second. Y'all can just, had a good stream today, good time. No aggravation, little rant. That's a reality check, really. Take the rest of the day off. See you tomorrow night and eat meat.